folks, welcome back for another episode of Our Journeys, and we are now joining Sea City Toker, chosen of Akatosh, against TESL Fun. And even though it looked like Sea City may have this one wrapped up, or it looked pretty good for him, when I revisited the board and saw what was there, I was like, okay, actually this is going to be a pretty tightly contested game, actually, considering now where we're at. And this is also an event. And no special... Oh, duh. Right. Special event doesn't always mean there's some shenanigans going on in the lanes. So I'll have to look at... After this game, I'll check out the specs for the event and see what constraints Sea City and our friends will be facing in the event.
We draw power from their blood.
But I also want to do it because we have somebody whose name is TESL Fun. Like, that's cool. I mean, Telvanni... You know, but somebody from, I think you wrote the wrong player, my man. Oh no, did I? Oh. Sorry. You are right. My bad. Stupid game. But hey, thanks for the great games.
There will be sweetness with
all right, and so now I will try to give that to the person I meant to send it to, who is not playing anymore, unfortunately. So here I was thinking I was sending off a nice benediction for those who don't know, as of right now, I am recording games back to back, just to free up the week a little bit more and trying to make the schedule a little more feasible. So if you had tuned into Monday's game, then you are watching essentially the games that followed right after that. So you would have seen Boethia finishing off a 4-3 arena run, and I was just giving him a GG on that, and I sent it to the wrong person because TESL shuffles up the people where they're at different points. So anyway, let's see what Sea City says here. You brought me a lucky draw. All good. He's gone. Didn't get my message. But otherwise, great. Why does that still sound? I don't know. Still struggling with apparent audio issues. Either that or it's just my imagination. But I'm hearing what sounds like clipping coming from the game, but I'm not blowing out the game in any way, shape, or form. I do have it at max volume in the game, which is not something I usually do. So maybe that's the problem. Let me see, adjust my settings here a little bit. Audio. I master volume down a little. Oh, he was being sarcastic. That's fantastic. Well, let's address that now, shall we? We'll do the O face. Show my O face. Oh. A lesser tragedy. I was getting dark seduced and that leaf lurker saved me. Oh, gotcha. Ah. I thought so. I thought you were sincere. Just went awry afterwards. The Sword giveth I wasn't going to finish it, but the Sword giveth. Those who live by the Sword die by the Sword. There we go. Hey, I was able to do it. Look at that. So that was a satisfying conclusion to our dialogue, even though we're here for the game. So let's check out Arrakis NPO in a versus match. And then we will look at what the things are. Okay, so I was able to bring. So I have the opposite effect for for Joe and for Body Bag. For Body Bag, my presence is a source of great angst and sorrow. But for Joe, who truly appreciates my contributions to his game, I am a welcome presence.
Wrong place for a midnight.
One makes me happy, one makes me very sad. But you won't know that because I keep my feelings behind closed doors. And I don't let anybody see me cry. What did he say? Yep, okay. Got that. I'm sorry I couldn't be there on Friday. 1-0 for the bed. 1-0 for the bed, what? 1-0 for the bed. Oh, gotcha. The bed won out. I'm guessing it was pooped. I know the feeling. Oh, good, my friend. So Do Song has become yet another kind of a mainstay at this point. And I think Brave Carriot actually had a brief discussion during one of the other streams, and I believe she said that the last event had 1,300 players. And so we were speculating on how many players there actually are. We had this discussion before. I think it was more than 1,300, but like less than 2,000 or something like that. So, I mean, you can't always go off of the events, but at this point, because of what the events provide for you, unless you don't have the tickets, which understandable, especially some newcomers may not, most people are going to play it because one, I mean, the reward is there, which is always fun, but you also, it's the best bang for your buck. If you're gonna spend money, and that's if you're a newcomer, I know it sucks to do because I hated doing it myself, but I would save gold to buy tickets and get into some of these things. You're just going to get more bang for your gold, really, because the gold, if you spend it on a pack, unless you haven't bought the pre-existing decks yet, not all of them necessarily, but there's a lot of them where you're getting a pretty good deal because you're getting a legendary right off the jump for all of them, and then you get a bunch of other like epics, and mostly it's going to be commons and rares, but you'll be able to fluff out your collection a little bit. But if you've already done that, you're better off buying or saving your tickets and then playing in one of these events, because you're gonna get, as long as you, I mean, you get your tickets back if you get if you get as many wins, if you get, how do I should put this? If the game costs 6 tickets, 3 wins will get you all 6 tickets back. You get, for each win, you get 2 tickets back. If it costs 3 tickets to play, you get 1 ticket back for each game you win. So as long as you win 3 games, or whatever the event is, if you win 3 games, you get to, it gives you your investment back, which allows you to play the second and the third version. And each time you get your ticket, and so at the end of it all, it could be a complete wash. It would be like you never spent any money, but now you've got a crap ton of cards and gems to work with. Anyway, that's just for anybody who happens to be new. As we can see here now, Arrakis. Okay. For a second here, I saw the gold thingies, the shiny gold, and I thought we were in an arena for some reason, but no, we are just in the top 200 of TESL players in existence now, and it looks like Arrakis is going to fall to Dusong, who just has way too many cards at this point in the game. It's always Parthenax. Yeah. I mean, I've said it. I refuse to run them. I run in fact, probably one of the first decks I'm going to lead off with when I play next month is going to be Dragon Archer. I refuse to put Parthenax in there. He's a dragon. I just get so tired of seeing his ugly mug, like, all the time. If I see him in, I've said this before, I think in Skyrim he's actually kind of a nice dragon, like he's somebody you can talk to, or dragon you can talk to. But just because of my experience here, I would absolutely kick him in the face and then see what happens. He'd probably torpedo me, but razzle dazzle 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 is in his hand. But Arrakis is known far and wide as being the Schward strategy slayer. Whether it's something that I think that he would do in a particular situation, and then he does something different, Or if it's something I do in one of my games, and Arrakis says, "You big dummy, could have done something. You could have done this and this, and you would have won the game." Or this was your fatal flaw. Far and wide. I mean, it's just not. I mean, there are people I meet on the street, and they're like, "Oh, hey, you're the guy that is the anti-Arrakis. You have the worst take on the game of TESL." I'm like, "Yes, that is I." But again, Arrakis, top 200, shiny top 10 card back. Really hard to argue with the results. I will admit, TESL has taught me a degree of humility in that it's very rare that I get to develop my own strong opinion about a certain card or a certain play style or what have you, certain strategies, and believing in my brain that I'm actually thinking good thoughts and this is all good strategy, and I've developed good thoughts with my brain, and then have that challenged by people. And without, I don't know them or anything, so they say something like, "Oh, this card actually sucks," or "It would be better off if you played this one." And I'm thinking in my head, I'm being very nice, because you never want to be a jerk. Whether somebody agrees with you or not, it's not, it's never the right move to be a jerk. But I'm thinking in the back of my head, what do they know? Yeah, I've got the brains here. Oh, it does not. Oh, piss. That is horrible. Horrible luck for Arrakis to be giving Dusong reanimate. I'm barely sure. I mean, if Dusong could kill his Parthenax right now, I'm sure he would, just so he could reanimate him, because that's what people like to do. They like to reanimate their Parthenax. Shrieking Harpy, save the day, because Dusong may have had some reach there to finish this off. Probably does not have lethal. Oh, maybe he does. Maybe he does. I mean, Tazcat. I mean, right now, Arrakis has the W. If no guards or shackles come down, Razmadazm, the Shrieking Harpy, the Kitty, and of course then Tazcat, the Taskmaster. Oh dear. What are you bringing back? He's got to be bringing back a guard. Yep. Now the good news is, oh, he's 1 point off. He's 1 point off. If he had enough, he could have lethaled. Wait. Hang on. 7, Taz is 13. If he had one more to do Assassin's Ritual and then Tazcad, that would have done it, but he doesn't. Does he have enough with him? I don't think so. Is enough off? Yeah, he's got 9. He's got 9. Oh, man. So close. So close. Did he have the ring? He did have the ring, too. That's painful. I mean, he could spoils. Well fought, Arrakis. That is a painful way. And of course, it had to come on the heels of him. The only reason why Dusong was able to do that is because of the card that he got from the reanimate that he got. Oh wait, no. I'm bogus in the brain. Arrakis is the one that had Razmadazm. He got reanimate because his opponent had reanimate. So I apologize. Well, I mean, I didn't really go too heavy into that, but that just shows you, see, the brain isn't necessarily working all that well. That was dumb. I hope you were not screaming. Some of you may be leaving a comment before I get to this point, and I understand if you did. But yes, I just realized my mistake. I don't know why. I just did not realize. Just wasn't thinking. Was he even playing colors that would have had reanimate? Probably not. So, dang. Close. Those are the worst ones. All right. Sea City Toker. Let us see what he is cooking up here. And he's in the event again, I think. He is. And I forgot to look at the rules.
We must remain steadfast.
I only need one shot.
This is... But it's going to be interesting either way. Then we will look at that. And it threw me off when I realized that I'd made a huge blunder in assuming that the opponent got reanimate from Arrakis, when in fact Arrakis got reanimate from the opponent. So, yeah. So that takes a little bit of the sting away.
Your end.
They missed their shot.
But with that one more bit of magic, Arrakis could have still won. But that's the way it goes. I mean, how many times when you beat your opponent do we not realize... Oh, he's belly G. Hey, C-City, you belly G'd me many a time. All of you have. Anybody who's beaten me, you belly G'd me. I guarantee it. It's always a very painful experience. I like belly G. I can't dislike the card because he's coming for me in clutch too. But so many times I'm like, I've got you now. Lethal next to... Oh, okay. Now the awesome card that I played is back in my hand, and you now have 7 points of damage on the board, and I'm totally freaking screwed. Damn you, belly G. Belly G I think was my first death when I played Skyrim. I mean, he may not have been belly. He may have not have been belligerent giant, but he certainly was a very violent giant. Violent giant. And he punted me into the air with his big old club. Just because I'm short. He does turn up
You
in
have
all
met your
the
end.
wrong places. Sorry, I didn't mean to obscure the board from you all there. I just realized that as I went. Doesn't have a shackle that he can use. We can make that trade. Yep. Nice.
Well,
nice.
maybe we can find
Good to see the Will-O-Wisp getting a little bit of love. It's not a very sexy card. It's a big ball of energy, or a little ball of energy. It's a ball of energy.
It's okay.
But a 3-2 with Drain as a 2 cost, that ain't too shabby. I think he's only doing it because this is an event, and I'm sure that's, it's limited his options, but it did really well for him just there. One more Magicka would have done it.
Just forget about
I support your petitions. And that has been my experience as well. Yeah, I mean, not every time 12 anyone's like, we've seen, whoa! All right, Avenged Fish doing the conceit efficiency, and Sea City able to stabilize despite the Belly G's presence. This episode brought to you in small part by Legendary Remnant Discord. Come and check out the Discord. We'll be happy to have you. There's not necessarily a whole heck of a lot going on. We were supposed to get some tournaments queued up. I thought I was going to be able to do that. Right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a huge possibility, but we have had them in the past. And if nothing else, it's a great way to plug you in to the community at large. And if you want to break off and find, there's clans that have their own Discord page, and there's members happily, because it's not necessarily a clan environment. You can find clan members of, say, NPO or friends or things like that. I don't think we have anybody from Azura here, but in the Discord right now. But hey, if you're with the Azura and you want to come to the Discord, that'd be great, because there are people that come there and they may want to, hey, I'd like to be a part of your clan, and then they can kind of get plugged in. Anyway, it's a nice little hub. It is not the hub by far. There's plenty of other channels and other Discords out there that probably have even more interaction and more things. But it was created to provide information and get deck lists and everything when it comes to tournaments. We haven't had too many of those, but hopefully in the future we'll be correcting that. Might even try it next month. I don't know. I'm making no promises, because every time I say something, things go on and I'm like, okay, that's not feasible for me to do anymore. But anyway, the true sponsor of today's video is this card right here. It is a 1 cost from the brilliant mind of, you may have guessed it, Vincenzo. It's, again, a 1 cost neutral. It has absolutely no creature affiliation. The artwork is not something you typically see in TESL. I think on a cloudy day, you might, if you look at the sun in Skyrim. In fact, I can almost guarantee you, if it doesn't exist already, one day it shall be. There will be a mod. Have this face on the sun in Skyrim. I can see that happening. You look up and you see this like this outline of, so you wouldn't necessarily see the face. What you would see is kind of a dark spot on the sun that resembles those features, because it would be essentially that image was transposed. The light is shining from everywhere except where the glasses, the nose, and the mustache is. But anyway, it's a one cost, $12.12, and it offers the text "Okay, dude," which is there's no punctuation there, so it's not "Okay, dude." It's "Okay, dude," and it leaves it open there. I heard a rumbling. There is no punctuation really to let you know that it's the end. So it's an open-ended deal, and you have 12 attack and 12 health, and you're just staring unblinking into the abyss. I mean, you drop this on the board and your opponent just craps their pants, because it is Vincenzo, and he is looking at you with eyes that say, "Okay, dude." So there you go. I don't know that this would find its way into too many decks. I mean, a one cost for 12.12. Some people may say that is overstated. I could see this being a 2, maybe a 3 cost. It just, I don't know. I don't think it's going to find its way into too many decks. I hate to say it. I think there's a lot of folks that just, I mean, there's so many other 1-drops out there, even 2-drops that would make a card that's like this. Probably not something you'd see a whole lot, but it is unique, legendary. It'd just be something fun, but kind of like a G-Cube, right? You put it in the deck, maybe you see it, maybe you don't, maybe you get some 1 or 2 hits with it. But I mean, it can be shackled, it can be removed, it can be silenced, and so it's really not all that helpful, but it's a great thought. So Vincenzo, thank you so much for contributing to the customized cards, and let's get you back to those games. Okay, it's a Gauntlet, 1 copy of each card in your deck. Aside from that, there are no other restrictions in deck building. So it's a singleton deck. So yeah, that kind of gels with what we saw there from Sea City. But not enough to stop the mighty. And Arrakis. Yeah, it really is. And that was something I learned the hard way. Let's take another look at Boethia. Why not? Don't really get to see much of Boethia, so I figure we'll spectate when we can. And he's up. Oh my gosh, look at that. He's just looking for... Okay, that is an answer. Well, no, that he is up against the worst possible scenario. If he does not, he needs a tunnel of removal. Like, those cards are invincible right now. Vivek is invincible. This is the worst of the worst of the worst situation. He needs no silence in this deck. Oh man, I mean, that is painful. So if he didn't have it before, the Ciro Coco's 2017 is going to get the
what a pity.
All right, so doesn't look like Boethia is gonna be able to pull this one off. Oh no, okay, we'll try.
My time is precious.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, it's unfortunate. There's just no answer for that combination if you don't have silence, or
Get your supplies here.
if you don't have silence, or which in these colors, of course, you wouldn't unless you ran something way off the beaten path. Oh, that's frustrating. That is frustrating. Decks with no answers. So he's fishing, but without the silence or removal, it is a lost cause, unfortunately. Okay. Oof. Oy. That is a sad thing. All right. So Arrakis. See about a follow up here. See if he can bounce back. Oh, look at that! It's Grummite versus Grummite. Hideous versus Hideous. Which one will have the title? Obviously, we want to give it to Arrakis because his Magus has bling and crazy, scary, glowing eyes that don't help, really, the aesthetic. I mean, it leans into the terrifying. Oh, they don't really glow. They're doing the cat thing. You have a light source, and it hits the eye in a certain way to make them glow all wicked-like. That is what we're seeing with Arrakis here. But it looks like he's got, in a very short amount of time, we're just now at turn 10. This is the funniest stuff I've done in this game since 2019. Well, you said funniest or funnest?
Let's go then. My time is precious.
If I fall,
Funniest stuff. It has been. It's crazy to think 2019 is pretty far back now. I mean, I still struggle with thinking of Matrix as being an old movie. It's more than old. I mean, it's older. I'm trying to think of a time in my life. I mean, Matrix, it was 99, so not quite 20 years. So that makes me feel a little better, right? Am I right? No. It is over 20 years. Son of a gun. Oh my gosh. I was good at math. I'm good at math, guys. I'm the greatest mathematician in the world. Yeah, that would have been 2009, would have been 10 years. 2019 was 20 years, and we are now closing in on, we're actually at the 25th year. So quarter of a century since Matrix came out, and to me that was, at most, if I didn't know for a fact what year it was, I'd say off of feeling, like 6-7 years, maybe 9, somewhere around there. Not 25 freaking years. I don't know why that's the benchmark for me, just because it was so, when it came out, when I was, during the time that it did, I was 19 at the time, I think. It was so like revolutionary, it just kind of seemed to reset everything. And it wasn't like mind-blowing revolutionary, but it was really, really freaking fresh. And it was a really big deal for pretty much until Matrix 2 came out, and everybody was like, this is getting a little weird and kind of, I don't know what's going on here. The third one's going to make it all make sense, and the third one just went, so... Yeah, we all had to kind of rewind and go, nope, okay, there was no movie after the first Matrix. And unfortunately, a lot of people have had to do that now. With a lot of the IPs that are kind of getting butchered, a lot of people are saying things like, there are only this many of whatever movie. There were only 2 Terminator movies. There are only this many whatever movies. And obviously there's people who, across the spectrum, there are people all over the place. And Ayun Zusto is not going down without a fight, it would seem. But Arrakis is going to continue to push his advantage with Mournhold, I'm guessing. And Renegade Magistrate.
Experimentation is the core of knowledge.
And see if he can close that. If he can hit with those two, obviously if he hits with those two, he wins. If he can hit with at least the Magister, then his Lightning Bolt will seal the deal. But if Zusto has the answer for, which so far it's been finish offs, Leaf Lurker type removal, so he might be out of it. How many have we seen? How many have we seen total? He's got 2 finish offs and and 1 Leaf Lurker. So, so there's the other Leaf Lurker, okay, or another Leaf Lurker. So that's going to keep. Not only does it give Zusto some more health. Another guard! What is going on? I would be 75 card deck, and we're seeing nothing but guards and removal for Arrakis, and that is just asinine. So maybe another Renegade in the field lane, and interesting. There, yep. And then Magister in that field lane. I mean, Zusto's got to be running low on opportunities.
Experimentation is the core of knowledge.
I don't know. You agree with that line? Experimentation is the core. Oh, wow. He burns the reach. Which, I mean, is fair enough, because it removes, it makes it so Zusto can't squish his black hand, and now it forces that trade. Not that Arrakis is necessarily worried about Zusto turning this thing around and punching him in the face in the next turn or two, but it does take 4 points of damage off the board. If he was trying to, as we've seen, and we know for a fact that one of the strategies, when you feel like you're getting your momentum back, or you just realize, hey, I'm not going to be able to finish this off. The third one! The third guard, and now a drain creature coming down. Of course it gets drained, because why wouldn't it be the turn that he doesn't get drained? Spoils of War are really good here. Are we going to see, is he going to hit to make it cheaper and have a chance to get more cards, or is he going to do spoils, hopefully getting some reach? Because if he pulls a Lightning Bolt, he's got it. We'll see. But he's not dead next turn necessarily, but he is. Fork Bolt is not going to get him there. It is kind of going to make, if he wants to use Curse on the 3/3. Oh yes, nice, nice. I didn't even notice that was a thing. So is he gonna curse the 3/1? I think he is, right? And then Fighters Guild. I would imagine that's in my brain. That's in my brain, but we'll see if he does. If I am indeed the anti-Arrakis, or if. Okay, nope. Okay, he did. Okay. I am now aligned with Arrakis. Apparently, I have actually made a call. Not that he listened to, that he also believed that in there. Zusto is really digging the heels in here. Not something you typically see with Dag Nabbit. Wow. Wow. All right, Arrakis, let's see. Have you got how many bolts and how many Encanos? That's ridiculous. Come on, put this baby to bed. That's not going to do it. So he's got one lightning bolt. I am guessing he runs Encano. We do see Razum, but we don't see what's his face, Tazcad. So 2 bolts, probably an Encano, probably a Tazcad, perhaps even more. Unfortunately, though, Zusto is just... And this is the second time we've seen Arrakis hitting a rough patch purely just because his opponent was able to draw into draw into draw into draw into draw. I mean, Zusto was on fumes moments ago, and now he just has far too many. And he's going to get rid of those bolts, so now those are not an option. Oh, this is frustrating. This is frustrating to watch. I mean, really just hoping for a top deck at this particular point in time. That's not going to do it. Is he going to take any points off the board, or is he going to try to entice Zusto to punch him in the face a little bit? Again, not having those bolts, that's a big deal. That Vincenzo's gal, we'll call her, the Piercing Twilight, really was that's a kick in the crotch. That is a kick in the crotch. So no longer has to fear that. There's really no prophecy that he has to fear from Arrakis. So when he does decide to go face, he'll be able to do so with impunity and immunity for the most part. I mean, there are other, of course, in those colors, there are other... Oh, boy. And see, more draw. More draw. Man. Oh. No! Oh, come on, game. Are you serious right now? What in the... world of sports? Oh, that is painful. I think Arrakis is having a why game. I mean, still not dead. His opponent only has 14. Clearly, hey, and when you only got 3 health, regardless of whether your opponent has those lightning bolt prophecies or not, it's a smart move to hold off. It just sucks because, I mean, this is 2 turns in a row now where Arrakis can't even put anything on the board. Not that it would stick at this point. I mean, I have just the way the game was going ever since we started watching. Zusto's just had the answer for everything. So this is another one of those. I think we saw it the first, Boethia's second game, I think, on Monday. The second time we just feel like the game, as close as it was going to let you get, it was not going to let you win. And there's the final straw. I think that's 16, 20, 22.
We must protect our stronghold.
And if he squishes the Blackhand Messenger, he's going to heal for 2. Oh. All right, he can at least take out the 2/1, make it a little harder to squish the Blackhand. Gets him 1 point closer if he chooses. Or he could kill the Blackhand and remove Drain from the equation. He'll take, and he'll do, kill the Blackhand. Yes, kill the Blackhand. Kill the Blackhand. Because if you kill him, he's going to do 2 damage to your face. He's not going to drain. He's going to give you a card, and who knows what could happen after that. Come on, Arrakis. Hear me, Arrakis. Hear my brilliant play. Hear my call. My big brain play. Let it be. Let it be. Big brain. No! My big brain play. No, why? My big brain play. Oh. I mean, he's going to win. Well, put it this way. I think he's going to win. Right now it does not look good, but I think he's going to squish Blackhand, get himself up to 4. And unless Arrakis top decks Encano or Tazcad. Well, actually, no, Tazcad, if he does squish the Black Hand, Tazcad is not going to be enough. Because he's only gonna break through for 3 against the douche. There's one prophecy. Take down that 8/8. Oh, can you imagine winning the game off of forked bolts? Like if he top decks another forked bolt, what a win that would be! And another one of Vincenzo's fine ladies of Tamriel. How do I want to disenfranchise my opponent even more? And there you go. And there's the healing. There's the 4 points. And that pretty much, that's it. That is the game. I mean, the messenger is more than enough. I mean, prophecy he could trigger another prophecy, but I don't think that's going to save him. And there's Brotherhood Assassin the very next turn. So remember, folks, Ungolum will give you you'll be able to draw your assassin within a few turns. That's the Ungolum promise. All right. Well, feels bad to go out on a loss, but that is life, my friends, unfortunately. So thank you so much for watching. We have our highs and lows here. We got to celebrate the highs, mourn the losses, and regroup and keep pressing on. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep playing.